certainly honored to be here and to be among friends. I didn't play soccer. I did a little taekwondo at Yale, but I'm not an athlete. And so it's especially special to be honored by a multi-ethnic sports organization, Hall of Fame, founded by my dear friend Arif. So thank you very much, Arif, for having me. I'm deeply grateful and honored. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees, Dr. Japra, who, yes, we are very familiar, new friend, but someone who has stood with us on the journey to becoming your first district attorney, the first elected district attorney in 100 years. And that's been a very special relationship to be embraced and participate with the Hindu community in Alameda County, which is a bedrock part of our community. As Norman pointed out, I'm also honored to have been embraced by the Thai community. Alameda County is so diverse. And those of us who live here, we live in a bubble. We don't really realize how diverse we are and how special that is. Look around the room. You see people from everywhere. From every ethnicity, from every nation, from every origin, from every culture, and we all love and appreciate one another in the Bay Area, and that makes us very, very special. I am so honored to be here again on behalf of the Alameda County District Attorney's Office and my friend, John Burris. Many don't know that in 1979, I was a young law student living in North Oakland, and the first time I heard of John Burris was when I heard about Melvin Black. Melvin Black was a young black man who was killed by the Oakland police on the freeway, very near my house, right by the 51st Street exit near my house. And so I heard about Melvin Black, and then I heard about John Burris. And yes, he was a giant among us as we were young lawyers, particularly young black lawyers, trying to find our way. And so I've had the honor and privilege of having been mentored by him and having been part of his success, and he's been part of my success. And I have to acknowledge that even in this season. I am the first non-anointed and non-appointed district attorney in 100 years. That's to me more significant than being the first black woman. Because what that means is that I walked into an office that had not seen change in 50 years. What that means is that we have not had a conversation about what justice looks like in this community in 100 years, literally. The last time there was really a contested election in Alameda County was 1938. What does justice look like? And recognizing that we have a justice system that does not, unfortunately, have a legacy of fairness, of diversity, of justice and accountability to this community. And every day as I serve as your district attorney, I understand that I represent this community. I represent the voice of this community in the justice system. And trust me, not a lot of people want to hear your voice every day. But we're going to keep on speaking up for what's right. Like my sister Rose said, another Olympian. We are in the presence, as my partner Antoine Clord says, we're in the presence of history here. And our sister Rose is an Olympic champion. Give her a hand. There she is. And Dr. Kim, oh my God, do y'all know who this is? And so it's my honor to be here. All of us are so privileged to be in this space with women who have made a difference in our world, who fought against the odds against us, who persevered despite the odds. I have been successful by my standards, and trust me, I have a high standard. I have been successful by my standard in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office in our first year, not because of me, but because of the great team that I have. Because when I walked in there in January of 2023, I didn't walk in there by myself. I had a great team. Otis Bruce Jr., was a member of our team, and he was right there with us, breaking down doors, opening doors that people did not give us the key to, and making sure that we understood the workings of that organization. So please give my best regards to Otis today. Let's give him a hand. And you all have heard, and I appreciate, Arif, that you took the time to recognize Tara Anderson. She is an incredible force unto herself. She's a genius. I sit in rooms with Tara, stuff goes over my head. I'm like, Tara, what they say? Do you understand? And she says, yes, Madam DA, this is what this means, right? You want to have people in the room who are smarter than you. Yeah. And I can say, I have achieved that with Tara Anderson. Give her a hand. I have a great team, and we, in our first year, have dealt with a backlog of victims, a significant backlog in our victim and witness division. My director, Christina Molina, who walked in the door with me and said, what do you want me to do, Madam DA? And she immediately went to work clearing up the backlog so that we can serve victims in this community, so that our victims get the compensation and the support that they need when they're experiencing their worst moment in their lives. Not only am I a survivor of sexual harassment, sexual assault, discrimination, I am someone that has spent 40 years holding people in their worst moment and standing in the gap for people. When I went to the Supreme Court, I got to stand in the gap for the people, the black men who worked at Oakland's Amtrak yard. And I knew when I argued in front of the Supreme Court that they were looking to me to be their voice, to stand up for them, to get justice for them. And so that's the commitment that drives me every day as your district attorney. And the team that I have, thank you, the team that I have has been stellar, has allowed us to do things around victim witness support, diversion. We've doubled the capacity of drug courts in Alameda County through our investment in collaborative courts. Alameda County has a policy of care first, jails last. That policy was adopted by the Board of Supervisors at the hearing of this community, hearing the pain of our community around Santa Rita County Jail, around police brutality and overcriminalization of black and brown children. 86% of all felony juvenile arrests in this county are either black or brown children. You all have heard something called LWOP, and I'm not going to talk long, but I am going to say this. Our history in Alameda County is one to be ashamed of from a racial lens. When we talk about LWOP, like over 82% of all the people coming from Alameda County serving life without the possibility of parole who received that sentence before they were 21 years old, 82% are black. That's the history. And we have a responsibility now by law to bring people home. And so yes, one of the first people I hired, I brought into the office with me. When I walked into that office, I understood that if we're going to re-sentence people, we have to be able to bring them home safely. We have a duty to protect public safety. And that means we don't just bring you home and leave you on the street with $20 and expect you to figure it out. We have to have a re-entry program. So we created one under the direction of Antoine Cord, and I want to honor and respect him. And he has done that work for us. We are bringing people home because we are required to bring people home. We look at sentences of young people who were sentenced to 185 years to life. And that sentence is illegal now because when you know better, you do better. We know the challenges that young people face. We understand now about the brain science that we didn't know back in 1985 and 1995. And so because we are an enlightened society and a progressive culture by nature, we're moving forward. And it is our honor to be able to say in this season that yes, I am firm on crime, I am fair on justice, and I am focused on the future. Thank you for honoring me in this season and standing with me. Thank you so much.